Well, hey jerks, I'm back, and I guess I got a little irritated that I wasn't working on the car very much, so I'm gonna do something today, and it's something that I've wanted to do, I don't know, since I had my old Miata, and that is to kind of get more room in the cabin, and to do that, I'm gonna be removing the armrests and figuring out a way to put in a door pull instead of the door pull that's already there. So the first thing I need to do, I'm gonna remove the door panels, and then I'm gonna remove the pieces that I need, or whatever. I'm doing it in the wrong order, but I'm gonna remove the pieces on the door. I'm gonna remove the door panel. Then I'm gonna go look at fabric options or vinyl options to recover it, so I can recover some of those holes, and then I'll figure out how to do a door pull. So it's not like I'm planning this very well, because that's just how I do. All right, for this job, I think I need a Phillips screwdriver, probably a 10mm socket, and then these things. These things are going to make it so much easier to get the door panel off, because there's all these clips. Oh wow, that's not even connected. But there's a lot of clips around the outside of the door here that are fragile and easy to break, and they will break, and they suck because they're probably easier to get now than they were. Anyway, so let's start taking things off. Stupid grill. And then I'll take off the actual speaker. Clearly put that on too well. All right, and then you have to take off this thing. There's a little protection piece right here, and you pry off. I wouldn't suggest using a screwdriver because a lot of times they're too aggressive, and you'll break it right off. And there's a Phillips right under here. Then there's two Phillips right up under here. And voila, it comes right off. Alright, so these three bolts, there's a long one that goes in the top. And this is where I'm hoping to put the door pull. Because these doors are light. I mean, they're not as light as like a Kia Sophia or anything like that, but I'm going to get far more room in my passenger side here. Let me just close this. Yeah, so I've got nothing for my knee to smack against and stuff like that, and it's just going to be a much smoother, cleaner look. All right, so we also have to take this off, and there's a little Phillips right in here. That comes out like so. This piece comes out. Good. And then that's it. And then I talked about the clips that are all around here. You should just be able to come around them, and one by one you got to kind of figure out where they are, and then just use one of these pry tools to kind of pry it off. I guess pulling this piece off would be a good idea first. These actually look like newer clips. Anyway. These look like they're aftermarket. Whoever pulled this off probably did it wrong the first time. And just like that, this should come off. Wow, there's all kinds of crap falling off. Ta-da! There. Alright, so you can see that this has been screwed pretty badly. I'm going to see if I can't fix this by putting screws in here or something. So the only thing holding this on is a couple of staples. So here we go. I'm just going to use, I don't know, this one. And there's a lot of them in here, but I'm able to just pull them out really simply. They're shallow. You can see how little they are. And then I'm just going to very gently kind of peel this away. There we go. Okay, so then I have two pieces now. These are the things that obviously broke when the last guy took them out. I don't know if those are just push-in clips or if they're screws. And okay, so this probably isn't the best way to do it, but it's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to go get some screws, and what I've done here is I've got just a regular wall screw, and it will fit in that hole, and it will hold. It's going to hold. I just need a screw that's much shorter than this. Oh, I guess here is one of the originals. So basically, I guess I need more of these screws. You can get a ton of specialty screws, and as many as you need, or as few as you need from the True Value. I appreciate going there sometimes. So this piece is good. I'm not gonna bother touching that. That's a good piece. But it's this piece that I'm going to rewrap, because now that this is off, I have big holes in my door panel, and the only hole I want to keep is this one, because that's where the door pull is going to be. Now, I've seen a lot of people do a door pull that goes across this way, but I think what I'm going to do is just have a little door pull on that top thing, and then this whole panel will be clean. For now, that's it. I'm going to go to Jo-Ann Fabrics. I'm not taking you with me, because going to Jo-Ann Fabrics in a Miata is already gay enough, and I'm just gonna go. Alright, so I got back from the store. I bought black, damn it, I bought black vinyl to cover it. They didn't have a red that I liked, so it's black. And so here's the plan, Stan. I'm going to do a little outline of the door panel. And then I'm going to use this Scotch Super 77. It's a spray adhesive. If you spray it on both pieces, it's supposed to be super sticky. And then later I will use this to kind of wrap around, and maybe Gorilla Glue to try and make sure that stays on there real good. Alrighty, so you can see I have finished the cutting out, and I've also cut out all these little flaps so that when I want to pull these over, the little tabs will still be able to be used. I need to put one there. Anyway, so yeah, these will all flap over, and I pretty much just sort of tried to follow what was going on here all the way around. Extra strong bond. Spray 2 surfaces, allow a minimum of 30 seconds drying time. Yeah. Coat this piece. I hope it sticks, and I hope it doesn't I hope it doesn't unstick like the work I've done on my seats. Okay, so I really only get one shot at this, and I'm gonna put it down right now. Nice. Turn this over. That's good. Okay, hopefully that'll do. Oh my god. Maybe don't do this inside, because this shit is everywhere. I just didn't want the humidity of outside to kind of fuck with the stickability of this stuff, but yeah, I don't know if that was a good idea or not. Anyway, catch you later. All right, let's take all this crap off here and see what we got. See what it looks like underneath on the other side. No, I don't really like it. Although maybe it'll be different once it's on the car. Not horrible. All right, so it's not perfect, but I'm gonna kind of finish it up and then put it all back together. Ooh. Good. This is stuck now. So I guess the moral of this story is if you're working with spray glue, you can assume that the spray glue is going to spray everywhere. Good. I'll need to get some more goof off. Okay, so I've got the last piece, that, or actually the top rail piece, and that goes right under here. There's a couple of pegs that sort of go through, but I don't know if they're actually going to go through, so fuck it. And then I went to the stove and I got these little screws, these tiny little screws, and hopefully they're going to work. Put it right in now. Maybe the rest of them I can just sort of screw through then. Yeah, this will work. Okay. Not really sure what that was all about. See, that just went through that little pin? Yeah, you did see it. Good. And then this one can go in here. For 20 cents at my True Value store. Love that store. They have everything I've ever needed. All right, anyway, let's go put it back on the door, just for funsies. I'm gonna pull all these things off, even though it's probably not dry yet. See how many fucks I give. All right. Slide this back onto the door. Just like that. Hey, look at that. Not bad. If this doesn't come up anymore, like it used to, that's favorable. Alright, that's all on there tight. Okay. So, now we have it. We have a, what are we going to call that? A armrest delete. And this doesn't look too terrible. I'm hoping that over time those indentations might go away. But for now, that's what we got. And in a couple of minutes, seconds to you, I'm going to show you what I've done for a door pull, and hopefully it works. Hopefully. I'll keep my fingers crossed. All right, it's the next day, and I did have some success last night. And I'm realizing that when I'm making these videos and it's like the next day, I realize just how absolutely lazy I am, and I don't have any kind of urgency to get these projects done. So maybe one day that'll change. Anyway, so the panels are done. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But what I had planned for the pulls was kind of a fail. I wanted the absolute smallest pull I could have, and so I picked up these little metal things, and then I tried to wrap them in the same material, but it doesn't want to really stick. And the idea was the bolt would go through here, and then I would just have this tiny little 2-finger pull on the door sides. That's not really going to work. So I decided I'm going to go with something a little more traditional. I had an old belt laying around, and I basically just cut it into 2 pieces. I cut the holes off and I cut the buckle off. And what I'm going to do is just fold this over, drill a hole through here, and then I've got some nice leather pull straps. This might not be the final form of my door pulls because I think they're a bit large and I'm not really sure I like them. They're also brown on one side instead of black on both sides, which sucks, but hey man, it's an old belt that I never wore. You know what? I don't have any good drill surfaces. Fuck. Ta-da! Looks like it's gonna go right through there. Good. And hopefully go through here. All right. So let me now show you the door panel, which is super clean now. I mean, I like it. There's like, I mean, there's nothing there. It just looks clean. I like it. I cut myself a little hole here There we go, door pull. That's the passenger side. I'm not sure I like it, only because this now touches your leg. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would have been a better idea to go this distance with it. I always have that option later. Job's done. I like it. It's cleaner, and it doesn't look like an idiot did it. I'll catch you next time.